Hello everyone, welcome to Quantum Data, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can connect Microsoft Forms with Microsoft Power BI to create awesome reports. So without any further delay, let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, I am on the Microsoft Forms website, and you can see that I have three forms on my list. One is robot purchase survey, and one is quiz, and one is quantum data viewer survey. So this survey report we are going to work on today. So now let's move to Power BI and we will see whether there is a connection available for Microsoft Forms to directly render the Forms data or not. So let me open the Power BI desktop. So as you can see that I am on my Power BI desktop, and let me go to this get data option and let me look for the option where I can connect to Microsoft Forms. So as you can see, there are lots of options for connecting to various types of data sources, but if I write Microsoft Forms, right, Forms, so if I write Forms, then your search doesn't match any data source. And if you look thoroughly also, there is no connection available in Power BI to connect to your Forms dataset. So how to do it, how to connect the Microsoft Forms data into Power BI for an analysis purpose. So there are two ways. The one way is using the streaming dataset and Microsoft Power Automate, and the another way is using the SharePoint list and Power Automate. So in both the ways you are going to use Power Automate. So let's head over to my Microsoft form and I will show you the report also, and then I will show how to create that report using all these tools. For this video I'm going to show you how to do this with streaming dataset, and the upcoming video I will show you how to do it with SharePoint list. So let's go to my, so this is the survey form that we are going to work with today. So let me open this survey form. So let me clear one thing, I'm not going to show you how to create this form. It is very easy, you can create it by yourself, or if you want me to create a form for you, then let me know in the comments. I will make a separate video on how to create a form. So it's super easy, you can actually make it, and all this customization are just a small part of it. So send and collect response, what this, got it. Okay, so this is the form that I made. This is the the demo purpose. This I made quantum data viewer survey. So you can see that I have 5 questions. So when is your birthday, you can enter your birthday here, and then on a scale of 1 to 10 how much you rate quantum data, then how you rate your experience with Power BI so far in the rate of 5-star. Then do you use Power BI tools, any other tools other than Power BI? Yes, no. So selective type questions, radio buttons are there. Then which section of Power BI you like the most? You have 5 options and you can select any one of them. Then you have the ranked of Power Platform as per your use. So let me go to the report that I have made using this form, and after that I will show you how to make this form. So if I go here, then I hope this is the report. I have already opened so that it will not take time to load, but it's still taking some time. Okay, so this is the Power BI report that I have made using the data from this Microsoft form. So you can see this is a pretty simple report with that shadow effect of visuals that are released in this update, in this recent update. So you can see that this is a pretty beautiful report, and you have the slider for date filter so that you can see how the answers are coming from your viewers. So how to do it now? For this we are going to use the streaming dataset. So what is streaming dataset? Let me go to and we show you how to do it. So if I will create a streaming dataset, go to this option, new, and then click on this streaming dataset, build visuals from real-time data. So when you click on streaming dataset, you have 3 options: API, Azure Stream, and PubNub. We are going to use this API stream, so choose this and click on next. Now here dataset name, you can give some name, random just giving, and then after that you can enter the column names and the data type of it. So serial number, if I give, and I have to give the number, then name, I have to get this text type, then I have to use something, maybe you just give, and you can see that the API key value pair is generated below that. And always remember to switch on this historical data analysis. If you don't turn it on, you actually can't make a report out of the streaming data set. So in streaming data set, the data will streamed into the created data set. So what you do is you create the metadata for your report. So and in this metadata, in this column names, in this empty table, the data that is streamed from a site or from a link, it will be streamed into this table, and then you can take this table for your analysis. So there are several demerits associated with streaming dataset. I will tell you when I will show you the report, and it will show you the limitations that you face with using the streaming dataset. Now, so this is how you create the streaming dataset. Now let me show you the streaming dataset that I have created for this report. So if I go here, then you can see that this is the dataset, quantum data viewers review. So this is the dataset. So this is the streaming dataset. So if I click on edit button, then you can see that this is the quantum data viewer survey, and you can see the various column names. So this column names resembles the similarity with the forms output. So if you see when is your birthday, so I have a column named birthday. Then quantum data rating, you can see that there is on a scale of 1 to 10 how much you rate quantum data. And I have also associated the output. So birthdays output is a date time output. So I have taken the date time. So always remember guys, you have to put this data type clearly, otherwise your form on the streaming data set and all these things will not work. So this you have to create, and then I have on this streaming data set historical data analysis on, so that I can make a report out of it. Now let me click on cancel. Now let me go to the Microsoft flows, and I will show you the flow that I have created to get the data from the form to this streaming dataset, so that I can use the dataset to create a report. So as you can see, I have two flows. One is for quantum data review stream, and one is for sync OneDrive business files to Google Drive. So what I do is I have also created a flow. With Microsoft Flow you can do various things. So I have actually created so that I can just sync between my OneDrive and Google Drive, so that when I see something good in my office laptop, so I put it on that folder and it will automatically sync to my Google Drive. So that also very easy, that I will also show you in some upcoming videos. But today we are going to show you today I'm going to show you this flow, quantum data review stream. So let me click on this edit button. So as you can see that I have three things when new response is submitted. So this is the trigger that triggers the flow. So if I click on this, so this will extend. So form ID, simply I have given the form ID quantum data viewer survey. This is form ID, and then if I click here, then get response details. So after this will be triggered. So whenever a response is submitted, this flow will be triggered, and after that the flow will travel to this get response details. So it will give, so I have given the form ID. Again I have to give the form ID and then a response ID. So this will this is automatically pop up, so you can just give the list of responses you can give, and then I have whatever the responses I get, I want to give it to my Power BI dataset. So if I click here, then my workspace, quantum data viewers review. So this is the streaming dataset name, and then table is the real-time data table, and here you can see the column names that I have in this streaming data So let me show you again. I have to click and edit. So birthday, quantum data rating, Power BI experience rating. So all these things I have here. Birthday, quantum data rating, Power BI experience rating, and all these things. So that I have created, and I have saved the flow. You can check the flow, test the flow, and do everything else. So this is how you create a streaming data set streaming dataset and get the data from the form through Microsoft Automate, Power Automate to that dataset, and then you can build the report out of it. So if I go to this option and if I click here, so there is a option called create report. So by clicking here I can create the report, and by clicking that only I have created this report. So now let's see how this works. So let me demonstrate it. So now you can see that total form submitted 9. So here also response is 9. So let me give another response. So if I go to date, so let me select some date. So I'll go to preview. So here I can send the response. So now when is your birthday? Let me choose my birthday as 1988, maybe not 1988, not that old, 1998 maybe, June 9. Okay, how much you on a scale of 1 to 10 how much you rate quantum data? Let me give it 8 because I don't post videos so regularly, that's why I give it 8. So you rate the experience of Power BI so far? Okay, I'll give it 5 star. Do you use any other BI tools other than Power BI? Yes, I use. Then which section of Power BI you like the most? All of the above. I like everything about Power BI. And then rank. So I can rank anything like that, just randomly. And then I click on submit. So as soon as the submit button, I have clicked the submit button, the flow triggered. So if I go here on the flow, okay, now go to back. Okay, now see here, duration 0.01, June 7, the time 8 seconds ago. So just now the flow has triggered. So if I go to again my Power BI, and now if I click on this refresh button, so this will become 10. See, this become 10 and all this data gets changed according to that. So this is how you create a real-time report with Microsoft Form using the Microsoft Flow and streaming dataset. But the demerit is, when you connect to a streaming dataset, you actually cannot model your data, you cannot create calculated columns, you cannot go to the Power Query and to transform your data. All you can do is reporting. Everything you have to think of measures to create some kind of DAX measures and manipulate with those columns only. That's it. You have so much restriction when you connect to streaming dataset. Also, you cannot add additional tables to it. You can only work with just one table. So it actually restricts you from multiple labels. You cannot, from modeling perspectives, from data transforming perspectives. So when you connect to a streaming dataset, your Power BI actually becomes a power visualization tool. So you can just visualize your data dynamically. But there is another way to do the same thing with more dynamism, and that is creating a SharePoint list. The same experience you will get, you have to use Microsoft Power Automate for that, but that is for another video. I will show that in another video. So make sure you try this by yourself, how to create a Microsoft Forms, create some survey, connect it to a Power BI, and do your experiment by your own. So in my next video, I'm going to show you some interesting things on Power BI, also on Google Data Studio and everything else. So till then, goodbye and stay safe.